everybody. Welcome to my Wednesday night Facebook Live. Just wait for some people to join us and then we can get started. We're a bit earlier tonight. We're early at 6 o'clock. Usually I'm not live till 8:30. But yeah, a bit earlier tonight. I'm just finding you all on my iPad. A few people are joining, which is fab. Here we go, I found you all. Okay, lovely. So, evening to everyone as you join. Thanks so much for hopping on this evening. I'm not going to lie, I'm not massively prepared. So I've had a really lovely day for the first time in I can't remember how long. I've been out with a friend today and her children, her two gorgeous children. And we just had an absolutely lovely time. The sun was shining, the girls played lovely, we had some snacks. I feel really refreshed. And then I came home and sat on the sofa, and then I did the school run, and then I put the shopping away, and then I cooked the dinner, and then I was meant to come out here, but my boss rang for a little chat, which she never ever does, and I didn't actually come out here till 5:30, and I hadn't made anything in advance. I had no idea what I was going to do tonight, so I've made a card. I actually quite like it. But I just don't want you to see my desk right now because it's like a bomb has exploded 4 times over. There's bits on here from last night when I did some crafting. I thought to myself last night, no, I'm not going to tidy up. I'm going to just leave it and then tidy up tomorrow night when I come out here. Well, shouldn't have done that, should I? So, paying the price today. But we've got a clean piece of grid paper now. And I have a card to share with you all. So I hope you are sitting comfortably. Hope you've got a nice drink, and we will make a start. There's my clean piece of grid paper for tonight. And most exciting, the reason that we are early tonight, I'm usually here at 8:30. The reason we are here early is because tonight at 7 o'clock, myself and demonstrators from around the world get to see the brand new annual catalogue for 2021, which I'm so excited. I've no idea what's in it. I've no idea what the new in colours are. We've been really spoilt with some teasers for the new in colours over the last 5 days, and they are brain-numbingly difficult, but I'm so excited to have some new product that we've got for a whole year. I'm excited to connect with my team, and yeah, it's just a fab part of being a demonstrator. Usually we are gathered in a room together to do this, so a little bit sweet and a little bit sour as well, but can't wait to see what is going to be coming. So let's get started. A few of my team are on, and I know you're probably very excited to get to 7 o'clock, as am I. So I thought 6:30. I thought 6 o'clock would be a good time. It would keep me busy before that catalogue comes out. So let's have a little play together. Feel free to comment along, and I'll try and keep up with the comments as you post them. So let me just move my screen around. Excellent. We have a semi-tidy desk. So this is the card I'm going to make for you this evening. It is using the Springtime Joy stamp set that looks like this. Really popular right now across social media. Lots of people are loving it, and I can see why. And I've created a little springtime scene for my card tonight for you. So I've just realised, I'm not sure where that die is, which is just what we need right now. Okay, let me have a quick little rummage on my desk. We might not be doing a picket fence. What's wrong with that? This is just what you want, isn't it? I did this last night. I lost a W die from my alphabet dies. Couldn't find it anywhere. If you can see it on my desk, please let me know. Oh. What would I have done with that? There it is, it's in the bin. Excellent. Right, so this is the picket fence die, and it's from the Birthday Chick dies. So I'm going to use a few different products together for this card. So we're going to start with a white card base, and I've already gone ahead and pre-scored that. I'm using a tent fold card base, which means that it stands like a tent. The trick with tent fold cards is to give that score line a really good crease. It will then stay upright for as long as you need it to be. Okay. I've then got myself a layer of smoky slate, and I've got a layer of basic white that we're going to add our colour to. So my layer of basic white to start us off is 13.9 centimetres long. Turn it round, line it up at 9.5 centimetres wide and cut. So it's exactly 1 centimetre smaller than my card base if we put it in the top corner. Okay. My piece of smoky slate is about 3 millimetres bigger. So my width is 9.8 and my length is 14.2. It's very specific this evening. So we have our 2 layers. So we just get a really small border of grey showing, and then that is going to layer like so. But obviously before we attach that piece of white, we need to add some colour to it. So I'm going to be using the lovely new blending brushes, and I'm using 2 colours. I'm using Balmy Blue for my sky, and I'm using Granny Apple Green for my grass. So I'm going to start with my sky. Okay, I'm going to move that die. I'm going to put it on my stand. So in a minute when I say where is the die, you can all let me know where it is. So I'm just going to add my ink from my onto my blending brush. I always give it a good tap on my grid paper or scrap just to tap off that excess ink, and then I'm going to start adding that colour. The best way to add this colour with blending brushes, or what works for me, should I say, is just lots of little circles. Okay. There's lots of demonstrators on tonight, can't wait for 7 o'clock. What are you hoping to see in the new catalogue? Let's have a little chat about that, shall we? So my lovely customers can get involved with that. Customers, what would you like to see in the new catalogue? Obviously we're getting those lovely new in colours which are coming, and who knows what they look like. Okay, so when you're happy with what you've got, stop. Okay, and then we can add in our green. A bit of sky has come down into my grass here, but we'll try and cover that in a minute. Okay, so there we have a little sky and our grass. Okay, and now we can put these pieces, layer them together just to sort of get an idea of what they're going to look like. Okay, so that looks pretty nice. Ignore that bit, we're going to cover that. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to cut 2 of my picket fences. So I'm just going to cut that out. I remembered where the die was, which is good. There's my other plate. And this die's got a little bit of embossing to it as well, so you get a nice texture on the picket fence. Oh, yeah. So let me just bring that in. Let me show you. So here we have our little picket fence, and you can see that there is a nice little bit of wood grain texture on that. So really nice little die. I'm putting the die back on my stand. And now what we're going to do is we're going to layer these up. So let's pop that over there. So all I've done is I've lined the edge up with my card, and then over here I'm going to overlap them. So let's stick them down to start with. Wish my blending was as good as yours. Oh Bev, don't be silly, I'm sure yours is amazing. So I'm lining that edge of that picket fence up with, yeah, that's about right, the edge of my card. And then this one, I want the edge of this to line up here. So I'm going to line that up like so and overlap the middle section because no one's going to see that. And then now I can trim off that little cross section at the end. Okay, and now we can put that on our card. So I'm just going to add this with some Tombow, like so. You wait till you see my ink blending card. Oh, I'm sure I'll love it, Bev. Freya reckons we need the fence die. Yes, you need the chickens in your life as well. Freya, tell Mummy she needs the chickens if you're listening. Okay. So that's the start of our scene coming together. Now we need to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in just a scrap piece of white. And for my stamping today, I'm going to use Smoky Slate. I want quite a soft finish to my card. So I've stayed away from black. Because black can be quite harsh and it's great for some images, but I wanted to go with a real soft look on this card. So I am stamping with Smoky Slate. Okay, so first I'm starting with my lamb. Okay. And then I want some flower. I want the little butterfly. I want these flowers. Now, you'll notice on the headpiece for the lamb are these gorgeous little flowers. Well, actually, when you look at the flowers for Under My Umbrella, a trusty favourite of mine that you've seen me use recently, I think the flowers go really, really nicely. They're really similar. And the flowers on the Springtime Joy are a bit more what I would use for an edge. I wouldn't necessarily use that in the centre of my card, so I've chosen to use this one here from Under My Umbrella, which works really nicely. Okay, I get blobs. Okay, so the reason you're getting blobs, Sandra, is because what you're doing is you are, or what's happening should I say, is you're adding the ink from your blender and then you're taking it probably straight to your card. So what you'll get is you'll get the initial bit of excess ink coming off, but try tapping that excess ink first. So adding the ink from your ink pad onto your blender and then giving a little tap to tap off that excess ink, and then when you do your blending, start on the edge and bring it in. You'll get a real smoother finish that way. So give that a go. Okay, so I want 2 of these flowers. Actually, let's have 3 of those because I haven't actually decorated the inside of my card yet. Right. So for my little lamb, I'm going to use just a little bit of Smoky Slate. And all I've done is I've gone around the edge of her. I haven't added any colour to the inside of her face, really. Okay. Like so. So just going round. I am going to colour the feet in, and then on these highlighted bits I'm just going over them with my blend pen. so. So it just brings out that little bit of shading and it brings out that little bit of detail. And then using my colour lifter, I'm going to go around the edge now, just blending that colour in so it doesn't necessarily look like a drawn line of colour. Oh, I wonder why you're getting blobs then, Sarah. Just keep practicing, you'll get there. So that's just made her a little bit, given her a little bit of colour. And then for my flowers, I'm using light So Saffron and I'm using dark Daffodil Delight and I'm using light Granny Apple Green for the leaves. Okay, so I'm just going to add the colour to the leaves first. Like so. And while I'm there, I'm going to colour in the leaves on these flowers as well. What is that white pen? It's a colour lifter. So what that does, Michelle, is it just takes some of the colour from what you've already coloured with, and it just takes some of that colour away. It also helps you to blend the two colours together. Really, really useful pen. And then for my flowers, I'm just going to colour them all with light So Saffron, except on this one I'm just colouring a couple of the flowers. That's it. And now I can go in with my dark Daffodil Delight. Someone's put, maybe don't put too much pressure on. Yeah, absolutely, not too much pressure at all. Think softly, softly. So no more pressure than you would probably use on your toothbrush, for example. Okay, so I'm just adding the centres to my flowers now. Okay. And then for my butterfly, I am going to colour in the wings with a light Calypso Coral. So someone's just said, can you use it with regular felt tip pens? Probably not, unless they're alcohol based. These are alcohol pens, so they would only blend with alcohol, other alcohol markers. Okay, so if your felt tips are alcohol based, then yes, they will work. But if your felt tips aren't alcohol based, then it won't work at all. So I'm just colouring in the little body. And there we have our little colouring. So we've got our little lamb with her pretty headdress on and those nice flowers. Now I'm going to fussy cut this out. A little stray piece. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's really nice of you. Michelle's just said beautiful. Okay, so a nice bit of fussy cutting to calm my excitement down. Excuse me. I love lambs. I do as well. All the baby lambs are in the fields at the moment and they're just so adorable. And in the field there's one little black lamb, all the white sheep and the white lambs, and there's a little black lamb all on his own. He's so adorable. Okay, so nice little bit of fussy cut. I'm cutting off that little edge there. Okay, so little lamb. Like so. lamb is so cute. She is, isn't she? It's nice making some spring cards. It really does feel like spring is here, especially after today when we were out in the sunshine. The field out the back of me is filled with sheep ready to have their babies. Can't wait. The farmers were out the other night with the torch checking. Oh, that's really exciting. We seem to have had, lambs have been appearing for the last few weeks here. And one of the farmers, he actually videoed the sheep giving birth and popped it on our village group, which was lovely to see the magic of nature, but not really when you're eating your Cheerios in the morning. Okay, 2 little flowers now. Cut this one out here. We've got lambs on our farm. Oh, that's so exciting. They are just the cutest little animal. Emily, my youngest, we were driving along the road the other day and she said, but Mummy, why have they not got their jumpers on? And I just had to explain they haven't had time to grow their jumpers yet. She was very sweet. And she's got a little toy lamb. Her little comforter that she had when she was a baby is her chosen one. And it's called Lamb Lamb. And every time we drove past, she shows Lamb Lamb out the window, the lambs. It's very, very cute. Okay, and then we've got a little butterfly. Now with the butterfly, I'm actually going to chop off the antennas. And I'll show you a cute little trick in a second. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to put my little lamb on my card with the dimensionals, just to raise ever so slightly. Oh, my son works on a farm and he's been feeding lambs whose mothers have rejected them. That's amazing. I bet that's so satisfying. What a lovely thing to do. Okay, then our little flowers. I'm going to pop them on down here. And I'm going to pop these on just so that they go over the edge of that card. And then here, we're just covering up that little mistake. That's it, like so. So you can see less of that blue there. And then for my butterfly, you'll notice that here the antennas are on. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my stamp again. And I'm going to stamp that directly onto the card like so. So we get the antennas there. And then now I'm going to stick my butterfly over the top like so, and there we have it. Clever little idea. And then all we've got to do now, we've got a little bit of finishing. So you'll see here for my banner, I have used this classic label punch, and I'm just going to cut out a little bit. Like so. So I have a little piece like that. And what I liked about this is it kind of mirrored the picket fence, but we've used it as a banner. So I am going to just add this on with a little dimensional. We used to call them pet lambs. It's so fun to feed them. My nieces love doing it when they used to visit. That sounds just magical. I love all things like that. Okay, so we've got our little banner stuck down, and then I'm going to take my linen thread and tie a little bow. Like so. You can actually hear the lambs at the moment. my little bow, I'm going to stick it down with a glue dot. Like so. Okay, just to add a little bit of texture. And then for my sentiment, the sentiment comes from, where's my stamp set that I've used? It's here. Timeless Tulips. Another lovely stamp set. This is from, what's this from? This is from the mini catalogue last spring, and it's transferred over to the main catalogue. It says Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy, Happy Everything. Love that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to heat emboss this onto some black card. Thank you, Margaret. That's really kind of you. I'm going to stamp this upside down, so I've got that edge as my guide. Forgot you were on early today. I am, yeah, lovely for you to join us, Sandra. No worries about being late. I've been nattering away. We are making a cute little spring card, spring Easter card, using Springtime Joy. Give this a little heat. So that's that done. And then I'm going to trim this down into a little wee banner. And I'm following the bottom along, the bottom kind of wobbly, wavy, not quite sure what you would say to that. Just following the outline of the words at the bottom. And then we can stick that down. Okay, so that's just going down like so. And then to finish our card front, I've just added a couple of little gems. These are the classic rhinestone basic jewels. I'm just popping on a few of these randomly on my card to bring that card front all together. Okay, and then all we've got to do is the inside of our card. So let's go for the same measurement on the outside as we've got on the inside. So our measurement here was 14.2 centimetres by 9.8 centimetres. A few people saying that's lovely. Thank you very much, everyone. For our white piece, where's my white card? Here it is. This piece here needs to measure 9.5 centimetres by 13.9. Okay, so it's just 3 millimetres smaller than that first layer. And this white layer is exactly 1 centimetre smaller than that card front. And then to finish, I have just these little flowers which I'm going to pop out the bottom, and I'm going to leave the card blank inside because you might want to write a nice little message in there. So there we have it. That is my spring card for you today. I've used a selection of stamp sets. I've used Springtime Joy for our little lamb and the butterfly. I've used Under My Umbrella for the flowers, and then I've used Timeless Tulips for our sentiment. We've got a bit of ink blending going on in the background, and we've got that cute little white picket fence, which is a die from the Birthday Chick dies, and a little bit of heat embossing there to finish. So that's me done for this evening. Thank you to everyone who's joined in and commented along. Really enjoyed spending some time with you all. I am off now to make myself a cup of tea and get myself ready for 7 o'clock. Fellow demonstrators that are on, I hope you do the same. I hope you enjoy the new catalogue that's coming out tonight. And I can't wait to speak to you all very, very soon. If you have any questions about the products or techniques I've used tonight, please do get in touch. It's always lovely to hear from you. So that's it, guys. Have a lovely Wednesday evening. I will be live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with another card for you all. So see you all then. Take care. Bye for now.